Hello and welcome back to another what I eat in a day. I am finally starting with breakfast. I've got my vanilla nuri protein shake and a Baby Bell cheese, and I will be putting together some of my chia. I do have the sniffles. I was skiing yesterday and I guess the air is so flippin' dry that my sinuses are just agitated. So if you hear the sniffles, yeah. Anyways, welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Rhonda and I am a type 2 diabetic. I am on a GLP-1. I lost 50 pounds naturally when I was diagnosed in 2022. In 2024, my doctor looked at my A1C and said, girl, you ain't going nowhere. You need some meds. So I've been on Mounjaro since September of 2024. And that did have me lose another 50 pounds almost. So I'm down almost 100 pounds since being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I do these what I eat in a days to kind of help y'all, whether you're, a type 2 diabetic, whether you're trying to lose weight, whatever it may be. Let's ignore the nails. I don't know what it was. The Impress nails, I don't have any on that are split. These nails, especially this color, the blue ones, I was cracking them. It was weird. Normally I can get my nails to last press-ons 2 weeks. These were like, no, you're not doing that. This is a what I eat in a day, and I'm gonna make my chia seeds. I do 2 to 3 tablespoons of chia seed in water and let it soak for about 20 minutes. I was gonna work out this morning, but I skied yesterday, and today's a Tuesday that I'm filming this, and it's not typically my workout day. I got up late and I've got to get like my household chores done. I got a video I need to edit and get over to a brand. So I'm like, we need to prioritize. We will, if we work out today, it'll be later in the day. Let me just tell you. So I found this woman named Courtney Cook on TikTok. Hold on, let me eat this because I feel rude talking with food in my mouth. So I found this woman named Courtney Cook on TikTok, and she eats these very interesting meals. One of the things that she does is she eats a sweet potato. She stuffs cheese in it, which I've always done, like butter cheese and even cottage cheese, and I think it's so good. Unfortunately, a regular sweet potato skyrockets my sugar, which is so unfortunate. Then I started looking into other sweet potatoes, specifically a Japanese sweet potato. So apparently a Japanese sweet potato is higher in fiber than a regular sweet potato, and it can help balance or control your blood sugar. So I made one yesterday and I cut it in half, and I think the magic number for me is good. They're really big. I think the magic number is going to be eating like a quarter of it, which is fine because I'm not using it as a full meal. And I took a Baby Bell and stuffed the Baby Bell and butter in there. I've been craving it. And then I had some rainbow carrots and some cottage cheese. It was so freaking good, but I never thought to take a Baby Bell and stuff it in there. I was normally just taking shredded cheese and topping it and whatever. I cooked it in the oven for like an hour and a half with oil and salt and everything. Oh my God, it was so good. And a Japanese sweet potato, it's supposedly, like from the research I did, it's not as sweet as a regular one, which I'll give it that. It's just sweet enough. It was such a treat. And so I've been craving it all day. I had it like a quarter of it yesterday for lunch before I went skiing, because I thought that would be like a healthy carb. Because if you guys have been with me for a hot minute, you know that even though I'm on medication and we've got my A1C under control, somebody even asked like, well, are you even considered a type 2 diabetic if your A1C isn't under control? Yes, because I still get lows and I still get highs. I still have to, you don't get cured from type 2 diabetes. Your pancreas is always going to be busted. You can maybe put it in like a remission state to where it's leveling off, but as a type 2 diabetic, especially in my case, where ours start to, if we're not careful, resemble type 1 and we become insulin dependent in my family, you still always have to pay attention. Because I would love to be like, yeah, I'm cured. No, I'm not. And it'll never be. I'll always have to be mindful and control it and whatever. That's why when I went on the medication in 24, I didn't talk about it because I was so ticked. I was ticked I couldn't control it myself. That was a tangent and a half. Anyways, what I was starting to talk about was, if you guys had watched me kind of in the summertime, my husband and I had filmed the What I Eat in a Day. We were at our camper and I had been eating my typical usual low carb, high protein, and we went on a walk, and then I ended up bottoming out when we got home. I started like, oh, I'm so tired, and I happened to look at my glucose monitor, and I was stupid low, and I had just enough energy because he wasn't around me, and he didn't get the notification in time that I had enough energy to go get my bag of Unreal dark chocolate M&M. They're knockoff M&Ms that are healthier, and boost my sugar up that way. But it's one of those things where it gets low and I'm like, I'm just tired, I just want to take a nap, and that's like the sign. There's no hunger pains, there's no cue. It is, I'm really tired and I just need to take a nap, which is dangerous obviously for a diabetic. With that said, my boy and I were going skiing yesterday, and I remembered, Avi, my body can be such a butt, and so I had a Japanese sweet potato yesterday before I went skiing, and with the cheese and the butter and the cottage cheese and the rainbow carrots. Oh my god, it was so good. And then I also take with me those RX bars. They're higher in carbs, but the problem is when you're diabetic, you need to boost the sugar. But I don't want to boost my sugar in like an unhealthy way. Like before, they'd say, here's a sucker, and that'll get you, but then it takes me from one extreme to the other. So I try and do a balancing act. So like the dark chocolate Unreals, that works. The RX bars, that works. It like gets me up, but not up, if that makes sense. I just got on a tangent. Vanilla Nuri, Baby Bell. I'm gonna make my chia, and then for lunch, I will be having another one of the quarter of my Japanese sweet potato. I've already put more in my cart for next week from Whole Foods because they're so good. They're high in fiber, and I think, which one was it? I think the Japanese sweet potatoes are actually high in a B vitamin, where a regular sweet potato, I think it was higher in vitamin A and not as much fiber. That's why for a diabetic, a Japanese sweet potato is a better option if you have a choice. Again, I can't eat a lot of it because of the diabetes, but it's nice to be able to eat a little of it. And I eat it like a freaking sandwich with the, I almost said the crust on there, but the skin. And then I saw her do, she used soy sauce and put her hard-boiled eggs in there and let them like soak it up. And it looked so delicious. I don't use soy sauce personally. We use liquid aminos, gluten-free, and it's like really, really good. It's filled with literal liquid aminos. So I have to refill. I got a big jug of it, and I got to refill it because this is what we use in place of soy sauce, a healthier option for you. And it is so yummy. Still filled with sodium, just like soy sauce, but anyways, I'm going to put some hard-boiled eggs in there and have that as a snack because that's one of my go-tos. Deviled eggs with cottage cheese, all of that stuff. But right now, I need to refill my chia seeds. But yeah, I put 2 to 3 tablespoons in water, let it soak for 20 minutes, and you just keep adding water until you can drink it, is how I do it. Some people make chia pudding and stuff with it. I just like to get her done and move along. This is also a great source of fiber too. This is just a superfood. Chia seed, superfood. I'm gonna hop off. I'm also going to make white chicken chili. I'm gonna get that started and chuck it in the crock pot, I think. Because if I do it on the stove, the seasoning always ends up sticking to the bottom and it drives me nuts. If I chuck it into a crock pot, I can go about my day and not have to worry about it. So I'm gonna do that too. Okay, I'll catch you guys in a bit. I've been editing, and I figure why edit and be uncomfortable and not be cozy? Hello? I am going to do my chia. Gotta add lots of water to that, but I wanted to show you all. This is what I was talking about with the hard-boiled eggs. I've got them soaking in my liquid aminos. Doesn't that look delicious? You're probably like, no, it doesn't. Okay, listen, protein-packed flavor. And then I'm gonna go ahead and also, before I get too busy through the day, and start my crock pot full of white chicken chili. So I need to go get the ingredients for that. Let me show you the chicken I'm gonna use. All right, this is the chicken I'm gonna use. It's actually just from Sam's. I will do a lot of the times a rotisserie chicken, and I will typically use this as like adding like taco flavor and make a taco chicken tacos with this. But I was like, oh, these big old chunks would be flippin' delicious in my white chicken chili. So, and I don't have to worry about shredding anything, so it's a perfect type of meal to make when you are busy all mother trucking day. I'm doing laundry, I am editing, I still have to get my face on, I still have to film content. Like, I'm tired just thinking about it. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and throw everything in my crock pot. It's crazy dumb easy. Hold on. All right, so I just use these McCormick packets because they don't have like MSG or something. Their ingredients were much better than the ones you'd find elsewhere. So anyways, I'm gonna use 2 because it only calls for 1 pound of chicken, and this is 2 pounds of chicken. So I'm making a lot of it. I'm gonna freeze it, and then that way when it's situations like this where I don't feel like cooking but I also need a meal, we have food. So all you need is a tablespoon of oil, because it's hooked on phonics. It says 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I'm obviously gonna do 2. And where it calls for a cup of water, I honestly use bone broth, chicken bone broth, because you get the collagen from the bone broth, you get the extra protein from the bone broth. It's good. So, and it's a little bit more flavorful in my opinion. And then 1 can of white beans undrained. I'll need 2. I'll need to double everything, Abby. So I'm gonna just chuck all of this into my crock pot and let that do its thing and marinate together for hours on end. And then I have a yummy, healthy dinner. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this as in, I'm gonna chug a look at this, and I kind of think I might get an egg. I may just go ahead and make my lunch too. I'm definitely gonna chug this. I'll be right back. Just for reference, this is what I'm talking about. I just get it from Costco. It's got 9 grams of protein in it, and it's just a great way to add a little extra nutrition into your meals. So if anything calls for water, look and see if you could add chicken, bone broth. I will even do the kettle beef for like our taco meat. I don't use water. When the packets call for water, I will substitute the water for the bone broth or the beef bone flavor broth. So just little tips to get that extra protein into your meals. Had my chia seed, I have the white chicken chili going, and I wanted to show you all. Isn't this so cute? I got this off of my FabFitFun, one of my boxes. So this is the other half of my Japanese sweet potato. I'm going to chop that in half again, so like a fourth, and I'm going to air fry it, and that's gonna be my lunch, and it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited over this. Like, I literally went to bed and I was craving it, and I'm like, okay, queen, craving healthy. We love that. So just gonna cut it right into half. My mouth is already freaking watering. I just use these. I got them off Temu. I think I saw them now at Sam's, and I'm like, ooh, you probably can get even more at Sam's. So so I'm gonna let that heat up. And if you're curious, this is by Swell, and I want to get more. I want to get a couple more sizes of this, and then a couple more like maybe smaller sizes. They're like a stainless steel, and they don't have the chemicals. I've been switching out all of my Tupperware to healthier options, like bento boxes you can get in glass, and that's what I was packing my kids' lunches in high school. They were all high schoolers, so I didn't have to worry about them breaking it or something in the middle of the, I mean, I guess they could have, but whatever. Like, even in elementary school, I had started switching out their plastic water bottles to Yetis, and the ones that are glass with a plastic container on the outside. It's just like better options, because that whole supposed BPA or whatever, when it's free in the plastic, it isn't. I forget. I saw a whole thing on it. I don't know. I'm turning a little crunchy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give it 10 minutes at 350, and that should do the trick. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, here is lunch. I am starvation. We've got some cottage cheese, the Japanese sweet potato. We've got the I couldn't help it. I took a bite. Oh, that's so delicious. And the liquid aminos with a little sriracha, and then we have a few of the rainbow carrots. All right, friends, I am back with dinner time. So I got, there's chili in there, I swear. I love me my cheese, but it's the white chicken chili. I'm also going to put a little sour cream dollop on here. And that is supper time, dinner time. Ooh, ooh. I did have a vanilla nori shake in between because I was starving hungry and I needed something to get me through. So that is everything for what I eat in a day. And if you have any questions or anything, of course, just leave it in the comment section. And I will see you all in the next What I Eat in a Day. Until next time, kisses from Becky.
I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.